But we begin here at 6 with a traffic alert with the Burnside Bridge shut down tonight with no timeline on when it might reopen.
Well, it turns out there is a mechanical issue after the bridge finished a lift, though it appears the span is mostly, if not fully, closed at this point. You're looking at a live view from our Wells Fargo sky camera there. Can't tell which one it is. Looks like we're on the Markham Bridge. Oh, here it is. Going across there.
Yep.
It's just making sure it was still closed. A live view from our Wells Fargo sky camera there. Maintenance crews on the bridge working on a temporary fix. You see the flashing lights there on the left side of the screen. Of course, we'll keep you posted on that.
And our top story tonight, a deadly police shooting inside a Pearl District apartment building after a standoff involving flashbangs, gunfire, and evacuations.
Though authorities say the chain of events began days ago when the suspect they allege tried to shoot a supermarket security guard. Celine Stevens is live near Northwest 14th in Raleigh. Celine, it sounds like some neighbors got an early morning wake up in the form of an evacuation. What do we know?
David, they definitely did, but like you said, this started about a week ago. Police confirmed that suspect pulled the trigger on a security officer at that nearby Safeway, but the gun did not fire. Now, that suspect got away that day, but police ended up finding shells from his shotgun that had threatening messages written on them, naming President Donald Trump, which explains the police presence that we saw here today.
And I heard pop, 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 pop.
Just after 5 a.m. Thursday, Portland police served an arrest warrant on a man who police say threatened two security officers at a nearby Safeway on January 31st. He told them he was a part of the United States Secret Service.
When the officers responded and investigated, they found that a suspect had approached the security officers at the Safeway, produced a handgun, and pulled the trigger.
That gun didn't fire, and the suspect got away, but left behind a case with a loaded shotgun that contained shells with threats that mentioned President Donald Trump, according to PPB. Thursday morning, police attempted to serve that warrant on the 10th floor of an apartment complex on Northwest 14th Avenue.
Tactical crews knocked on the door, announced themselves. They used explosive breaching tools to try to breach the door and a wall into the apartment.
Well, I was on the floor directly below. About a little after 5 a.m., I heard a very loud bang. I'm 9 stories up in the Pearl. You know, it's a good neighborhood. This kind of stuff usually never happens whatsoever.
When the man did not come out, PPB says they evacuated the entire 10th floor and then deployed gas, which successfully brought the suspect out, who police say exited with a handgun.
5 or 6 shots and a pause, and then 5 or 6 shots more. Well, it is low-income housing, so there's always going to be stuff like that going on. 2 Portland police officers fired at the man after they say the suspect pointed a gun at them.
Just utter chaos.
As for how safe community members are feeling now,
I feel safe. I'm going to stay. I can't afford to live anywhere else.
Take into consideration all the crime in this city. It's, bound to happen somewhere. So I'm not really concerned, no.
no police officers or community members were injured in this shooting. As for those 2 officers involved in this, they were put on paid administrative leave, which is standard protocol for these kinds of situations. Back to you.
Celine Stevens live in Northwest Portland. Thank you, Celine. Crime Stoppers of Oregon is offering a $2,500 reward for information leading to an arrest in the death of 20-year-old Taylor Ritter. Ritter was found shot to death in a parking lot off Southwest 3rd and Taylor in downtown Portland. It happened in November of last year. There are a whole lot of bars and businesses in that area, and investigators think someone might have information about the shooting or the people involved. If you know anything, contact Crime Stoppers or Portland Police.
Tonight, we're learning more about the timeline of what investigators are calling the abduction of the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. Authorities say 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was last seen Saturday night at her Tucson area home. Today, Arizona authorities revealed her doorbell camera disconnected at 1:47 Sunday morning. Then, software detected someone at another camera at 2:12 a.m., though there's no video of that, and at 2:28. Nancy's pacemaker, they say, app rather, disconnected from her phone. When she did not show up to church Sunday, a church member alerted the family, who went to her home and found her missing.
We operate from a position that until we know she's out there, she's alive, and we're going to continue thinking that way until we find her.
The FBI says it's arrested someone for making a fake ransom demand, but adds it's taking a separate ransom note seriously. It's now offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest.
Developing locally, a new Oregon Supreme Court ruling could have sweeping impacts on court cases across the state.
It means any case without a defense attorney could be dismissed, and within just a few months. Investigative reporter Evan Watson's in the newsroom. I mean, big developments, Evan.
Yeah, David, this could have a huge impact. Oregon's public defender system has been short-staffed for years. Criminal defendants are left waiting for representation. Crime victims are frustrated by delays, and lawyers are overwhelmed. Today's new ruling sets a limit for what's acceptable, and it could lead to people walking free without a trial. The Oregon Supreme Court says trial courts must dismiss cases where there's no defense attorney available after 2 to 3 months of waiting. The ruling lists 60 days as the limit for misdemeanor cases and 90 days for felony cases. Judges ruled that waiting any longer for legal representation is a constitutional violation, undermining the fairness of the legal system. This sets a new standard in Oregon, putting pressure on the legislature and the collection of public defenders who are called to represent people who either can't afford or request a court-appointed lawyer. The ruling says any dismissal for a lack of a public defender would be filed without prejudice, meaning it's temporary. Prosecutors could refile charges if the case still meets all other rules. Attorney General Dan Rayfield shared a statement saying this has been an emergency for a long time, and explaining that he respects the decision and expects the Oregon Public Defense Commission to meet those standards and take responsibility for ensuring people are represented.
Yeah, appreciate the follow-up on this big issue. Evan Watson reporting. Thank you, Evan.
Okay, let's switch to a live look at the Oregon State Capitol tonight. A little red in the west, some blue sky, beautiful clouds on just another gorgeous day in the northwest.
Beautiful. And Matt, remind us, how much more of this kind of weather are we going to get before rain moves in?
One more day.
Okay.
Christine, so enjoy it. But it has been a beautiful run. I mean, we're all, well, maybe not all of us, but many of us are waiting for mountain snow to come and more winter-like weather. In the meantime, pretty easy to enjoy what we have. The light is fading in downtown Portland and the temperature's dropping, but it's still 50, and we still had record high temperatures again today. It was 59 in Portland, 61 Scappoose, McMinnville, and Aurora. And we look around the state, and again, we had 70s. Tillamook down on the south coast and in parts of the Cascades too. I saw one remote weather observation east of Albany in the Cascades that got up to 73 degrees there. So really quite remarkable. In fact, here are some of the records for you. McMinnville 61 breaks the old record by 2. Portland, the airport, 59, breaks the old record by 1. And Tillamook absolutely obliterated its old record of 59 by making it up to 73 today. So really remarkable weather for this time of the year. As we go forward, though, we get one more dry day. We'll look for that valley rain and mountain snow to return Sunday night. Guys?
Yeah, we'll take the day. We definitely need the rain, though. Thanks, Matt.